Thank you for joining us for this gathering in this time and place. I'm Christina Nordstrom, and with me is Reverend Leanne Walt. Our hope for this program, which we call Stars and Shells, is simply to offer a time to be present, a time to contemplate healing and peace for whatever that is or needs to be for you.
We'd like to invite you to join us around this Circle of Life wreath, virtually, of course. During our time together, Chris will be sharing some of the songs that she has written that has spoken to her over the years. And I'll be leading us in a centering time, sharing prayers throughout the program from Ted Loder's book, Gorillas of Grace. While they are written in the first person, our intention is that they be offered more as prayers of the people.
We'll be sharing 4 guided groupings of these prayers and songs. The first group will focus on wonder and the possibilities in life and the notion of the child within, or that inner voice. The second creates space for questioning and to consider forgiveness and the notion of reconciliation. The reading and songs in the third group will offer thoughts on faith, trust, and guidance in our lives. Finally, we'll offer a reading and songs of comfort and promise.
All of these themes may not resonate or connect with you. Indeed, they can and will mean different things to each of us, and that's okay. Just receive what you will.
Because we're doing this virtually, I have to invite you to use your imagination a bit. I have here some cone shells and some scallop shells and some sea stars. They each have their own symbolism. The scallop shell is a symbol of healing. The cone shell's symbolism suggests it's either time to take charge of a situation, or it may also suggest that it's time to give up control of a situation. The sea star represents light and renewal.
What we'll do next is where that bit of imagination comes in. So with those definitions in mind, think about either something that needs healing or a situation in your life that needs your input, that needs a decision from you. Do you need to take charge of it, or do you need to let it go?
If you're thinking about something that needs healing, we'd invite you to then virtually select and hold a scallop shell and entrust whatever it is that needs healing to the shell. Or if you're thinking about a situation in your life that needs a decision on your part, visualize selecting and holding the cone shell and entrust the situation to the shell. They're pretty tiny, but they can hold quite a lot.
Then we'll hold the shells and what they represent in our thoughts, while the prayers and songs are offered.
So go ahead and virtually choose your shell. This is all voluntary, and all of your thoughts and imaginings stay with you, but we invite you to give it a try. If nothing comes to mind right now, a thought might come to you later on while the prayers and songs are offered. If not, just know that being present is enough.
Would you please join us in the Names of God litany, which we'll also read responsively. O God, because you are the source of all life and love and being, we call you Creator. Because we know the history of your presence among your covenanted people and honor their tradition, we call you Lord. Because your child, Jesus, knew you intimately, because you are present in the act of birth, and because you shelter, nurture, and care for us, we call you Parent. Because you hold us up and give us strength and courage when we are weak and in need, we call you Sustainer. Because we have known you in our pain and suffering, we call you Comforter. Because beyond pain lies your promise of all things made new, we call you Hope. Because you are the means of liberation and the way to freedom. We call you Redeemer. Confident that you will hear, we call upon you with all the names that make you real to us, the names that create an image in our minds and hearts, an image that our souls can understand and touch. And yet we know that you are more than all of these. With grateful hearts, through your Spirit, we offer our thanks to you. May it be so. Eternal friend, grant me an ease to breathe deeply of this moment, this light, this miracle of now. Beneath the din and fury of great moments and harsh news and urgent crises, make me attentive still to good news, to small occasions, and to the grace of what is possible for me to be, to do, to give, to receive, that I may miss neither my neighbor's gift nor my enemy's need. Precious Lord, grant me a sense of humor that adds perspective to compassion, gratitude that adds persistence to courage, quietness of spirit that adds irrepressibility to hope, openness of mind that adds surprise to joy, that with gladness of heart I may link arm and aim with the one who saw signs of your kingdom in salt and yeast, pearls and seeds, travelers and tax collectors, sowers and harlots, foreigners and fishermen, and who opens my eyes with these signs, and my ears with the summons to follow something more of justice and joy.
In this moment in time, when at last all is still, when all thoughts rushing by can be silenced at will, there comes a time in the journey when just for a while my heart can see clearly, so that I'll hear the notes and the rhyme, a new song to sing, played in tune with all time and remembering. It's the song of creation, its melody is heard in midsummer's breeze and in the voice of the bird. And this moment in time is as tender and new as the leaf on the vine opening up into view. But take care not to overlook its place on the tree, transforming sun's light to energy, feeding flower and fruit through the strange chemistry. And the earth is sustained by pure mystery, when in a moment of blessing falls from the tree, to once again feed the earth, setting its own spirit free. Take this moment in time, it is waiting here for you. Between the verses, take time to listen for its truth. Its message is simple, its meaning will be clear. Open your heart to its healing, its love's voice you will hear. Open your heart to its healing, its love's voice you will hear.
During this first section, you might simply like to listen, or you might like to think about the notion of the child within or the inner voice. Is there something the child might like to or need to hear? Is there something that that inner voice might like to say?
O God of the miracles, of galaxies and crocuses and children, I praise you now from the soul of the child within me, shy in my awe, delighted by my foolishness, stubborn in my waiting, persistent in my questioning, and bold in my asking you to help me unbury my talents for wonder and humor and gratitude, so I may invest them eagerly in the recurring mysteries of spring and beginnings, of willows that weep and rivers that flow and people who grow in such endlessly amazing and often painful ways, that I will be forever linked and loyal to justice and joy, simplicity and humanity, Christ and his kingdom.
Flying on a whisper to a never, never land, in search of possibilities, in the search to understand the wisdom of the ages, promises of time. I set my course into the wind so the answers I might find. I fly amid the clouds and stars through the vast expanse of space. Without the pull of Mother Earth, I soar with ease and grace, led only by a sparkling light and a voice that beckons, come. See the place where love is born, a place you can call home. And deep within the forest is the presence of the child, spirit clothed with innocence, a spirit free and wild, the essence of the love that was born so long ago, the answer to the question, and in your heart you'll know. The beauty of the forest in this not-so-neverland now sings to the wonder as to how it all was planned. As the morning mist rises to greet the waking sun, the forest creatures greet the day, each with their own new song. And the child of your searching now stands in front of you as you see your reflection in the clear crystal pool. Her heart knows with certainty she now understands the message and the mystery of the child known as Pan. So find the place where dreams are born, where time is never planned. It's right inside, a breath away, it's here in your hand. So at long last your search is through, ends where it began. Live the dream that fills your heart in love's forever land. And look within the forest for the presence of the child, spirit clothed with innocence, a spirit free and wild, the essence of the love that was born so long ago, the answer to the question, and in your heart you'll know that in the question is the answer, and in your heart you'll know. Little child, take my hand and catch a dream along the way. Little child, laugh and you will understand that life is a blessing full of wonder, new in every day, a gift from a great and gentle, loving hand. You see, your dream is a beautiful picture of all you're meant to be, a promise of new hope for all the earth. It's like the search for the end of the rainbow painted in the sky, a joy with no beginning, without end. Little child, take your dream, be strong and cast it to the wind. Share it in love and send it on its way. Live in the Spirit, sing your song and dare to dream again. Impossible things can happen every day, because your dream is a beautiful picture of all you're meant to be, promise of new hope for all the earth. It's like the search for the end of the rainbow painted in the sky, a joy with no beginning, without end. Little child, take your dream, be strong and cast it to the wind. Share it in love and send it on its way. Live in the Spirit, sing your song and dare to dream again. Impossible things can happen every day. Impossible things just happen every day.
I've come to understand forgiving as something I do for myself, rather than necessarily benefiting the one who's caused the harm, although I guess it does at some level. The idea is that my forgiving doesn't condone the wrong, but rather it allows me to release the hurt, not hold on to it and let it fester, so I can move on. It may take me a while before I get over it, with questions and angry feelings and rationalizing, but work through it I must. And I, for one, am still a work in progress, especially when it comes to forgiving myself. But then I also think about how quick God is to forgive me when I ask.
O God, gather me to be with you as you are with me. Soothe my tiredness, quiet my fretfulness, curb my aimlessness, relieve my compulsiveness. Let me be easy for a moment. O Lord, release me from the fears and guilts which grip me so tightly, from the expectations and opinions to which I so tightly grip, that I may be open to receiving what you give, to risking something genuinely new, to learning something refreshingly different. O God, gather me to be with you as you are with me. Forgive me for claiming so much for myself that I leave no room for gratitude, for confusing exercises in self-importance with acceptance of self-worth, for complaining so much of my burdens that I become a burden, for competing against others so insidiously that I stifle celebrating them and receiving your blessing through their gifts. O God, gather me to be with you as you are with me. Keep me in touch with myself, with my needs, my anxieties, my angers, my pains, my corruptions, that I may claim them as my own rather than blame them on someone else. O Lord, deepen my wounds into wisdom, shape my weaknesses into compassion, gentle my envy into enjoyment, my fear into trust, my guilt into honesty, my accusing fingers into tickling ones. O God, gather me to be with you as you are with me.
Yesterdays in my life, most were filled with love and gladness, and my faith was as deep as the waters of the sea. Now today there is strife, and the world is lost in madness. Through my eyes I just can't see. Oh my Lord, hear me call and pick me up. I keep falling, I can't pray, lost the way. Oh my Lord, can you hear me? Night and day, what to say? All the words still elude me. There's no peace in my mind. Precious Lord, can you hear me? Once you said daily bread would be mine just for the asking, and the secret of life is freely yours to give. Well, I stand here and ask that the bread that feeds the spirit might be shared, that we may live. Oh my Lord, hear me call and pick me up. I keep falling, I can't pray, lost the way. Oh my Lord, can you hear me? Night and day, what to say? All the words still elude me. There's no peace in my mind. Precious Lord, can you hear me? Once you said daily bread would be mine just for the asking, and the secret of life is freely yours to give. Well, I stand here and ask that the bread that feeds the spirit might be shared, that we may live. Oh my Lord, hear me call and pick me up. I keep falling, I can't pray, lost the way. Oh my Lord, can you hear me? Night and day, what to say? All the words still elude me. There's no peace in my mind. Precious Lord, can you hear me? Bridge in the winter still connects opposing sides, straddling the mountain streams of buckled flows of ice, where pine trees are frosted with freshly fallen snow. I've come to this mountain from the valley below. Once before the winter took hold of the land, the mountain stream ran freely over rocks and round a bend, sparkled in the sunlight, fed the lake below, living for the moment, not anticipating snow. But winter's icy fingers dug in deep without relent, claiming Mother Earth. She offered no defense. Somehow in her knowing, for she's very wise, she knew that this must have to be, despite the water's cries. Winter's grip upon the mountains seemed to have no end. Icy winds blew, trees could not defend against the power of the torrent unleashed by winter's chill. Water stood suspended in time, forever still. Then at length Mother Earth turned round and round again, changing her perspective so that new life might begin, embracing rays of springtime reflected on the land, so that that once appeared as dead might come to live again. The change of season came the melting of the snow. The plates of ice transformed into new waters that must flow. As I come down from this mountain and look back on the ridge, I give thanks for the water that flows underneath the bridge. In the springtime of life, when new birth has its season, the riches of earth share their promise to be held in trust as a blessing that needs not a reason, an act of grace, hope restored, a gift yet a great mystery. Turn, turn with the seasons, from green mountain to gold, for love is the reason. Let the journey unfold. In summer, sweet fragrances drift from the mountain and play through the trees, tones in rich harmony. They beguile the senses and flow like a fountain to quench the earth through its longest hours, mingling in night's reverie. Turn, turn with the seasons, from green mountain to gold, for love is the reason. Let the journey unfold. In the autumn of life, as I look through my window, the proud hickory tree dons a vesture of gold. The turn of the planet which now brings the harvest reveals a wisdom born of age, insight not otherwise told. Turn, turn with the seasons, from green mountain to gold, for love is the reason. Let the journey unfold. Now in winter the window evades contemplation. A coat of ice crystals now covers the pane, but the rays of bright sunshine will cause a revision against the odds of the darkest chill, for still spring comes again. Turn, turn with the seasons, from green mountain to gold, for love is the reason. Let the journey unfold. Turn, turn with the seasons, from green mountain to gold, for love is the reason. Let the journey unfold. Let the journey unfold. Let the journey unfold.
For this next group, I would ask you to consider Hebrews 11, verse 1, which reads, "Faith is the confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see." the confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see.
Teach me your ways, Lord, that I may be open to the same Spirit who moved over the face of the waters on the first day of creation, and moves also over the chaos of this time to fashion a day like this, a world like ours, a life like mine, a kingdom like leaven and bread, like a treasure buried in the fields of the daily I plow. And make me aware of the miracles of life, of warm and cold, of starkness and order, of screaming wind and impenetrable silences, and of the unfathomable mystery of amazing grace in which I am kept. Teach me your ways, Lord, that I may praise you for all the surprising, ingenious ways you bless me, and for all the wondrous gifts you give me, through artists who introduce me to the beauty of holiness, who usher me into awesome worlds in which I begin to live anew, in a fullness of pain and joy not possible before. Teach me your ways, Lord, that I may accept my own talent openly, nurture it hopefully, develop it faithfully, and give it freely. Teach me your ways, Lord, that I may love the kindness of the prophets and practice it toward the hungry of the world, the poor and the sick and the oppressed, that I may learn the healing humility which responsibly tends the earth and all creatures therein. Teach me your ways, Lord, that I may be swept up in worship with the saints, which surges in wonder, gratitude, and obedience, and shapes my life into an irrepressible yes to you, to all my sisters and brothers, and to the presence of the kingdom among us, until the ancient vision of mothers burns in me with a fire to light the world and warm its heart. Through Jesus Christ, the singer of passionate songs, the teller of powerful stories, the artist of daring ways.
Angels are holding her hand. Angels are catching her tears. Angels are walking along the way despite her fears. Just as love silenced the wind and calmed the rage of the sea, faith is the gift that will heal her heart, though sorrows be. Angels reach out for his hand. They feel his rage and the fear. They see his anger so deep within that there are no tears. But in the silence of night, in the dark night of the soul, angels still carry him on their wings and in love console. What is the strength of a man? What good the force of his will? next to the power that love employs to heal him. Still the voice of love calls him by name. You are my child I adore. Rest here a while and receive the grace that is always yours. What is the strength of a man? What good the force of his will? Next to the power that love employs to heal her. Still the voice of love calls her by name. You are my child I adore. Rest here a while and receive the grace that is always yours. It is always yours. It was once upon a time, this little child of mine sang to me a tune and a rhyme, a song for me to sing, guide me in remembering that love can change the winter into spring. The message in the song spoke of peace the world has never known, even between the lion and the lamb. I try to understand the meaning of this noble plan. It was far beyond my reach to comprehend, but the little voice inside, the one from which I often try to hide, patiently waits and in love abides in the silence of the night, where stars pierce through the darkness with their light. And I am humbled by the sight. As in the dark night of the soul, if a seedling is to grow, the seed must first surrender to the soil. There the sunlight and the rain revive its soul again, to bring forth its yield of wholesome grain. Throughout the ages long, the words of this new song say that love will have its way in the end, and the lion with the lamb, every woman and each man might sing a part in the never-ending song. It's the hope of this new song throughout the ages long, that love will have its way in the end. lion with the lamb. Every woman and each man might sing a part in the never-ending song.
For this last section, just think about being in this very moment. And as you do, see what you hear between the words of the prayer or even between the notes of a song. Don't try too hard. Just be open.
O God of timelessness and time, I thank you for my time and for those things that are yet possible and precious in it. Daybreak and beginning again, midnight and the touch of angels, the taming of demons and the dance of dreams, a word of forgiveness, and sometimes a song for my breathing, my life. Thank you for the honesty which marks friends and makes laughter, for fierce gentleness which dares to speak the truth in love and tugs me to join the long march toward peace, for the sudden gusts of grace which rise unexpectedly in my wending from dawn to dawn, for children unabashed, wind rippling a rain puddle, a mockingbird in the darkness, a colleague and a cup of coffee, for all the mysteries of loving, for music and silence, for wrens and Orion, for everything that moves me to tears, to touching, to dreams, to prayers, for my longing, my life. Thank you for work, which engages me in an internal debate between right and reward, and stretches me toward responsibility to those who pay for my work, and to those who cannot pay because they have no work. For justice, which repairs the devastations of poverty, for liberty, which extends to the captives of violence, for healing, which binds up the broken-bodied and broken-hearted, for bread broken for all the hungry of the earth, for good news of love, which is stronger than death, and for peace for all, to sit under fig trees and not be afraid, for my calling, my life.
They say there's no time like the present to think on worthy things, for the past has come and gone, who knows what tomorrow brings. But take the lesson from the sparrow or the birds of the air, though they neither sow nor gather, they are held in God's care. Consider to the field of flowers with their trumpets unfurled, transcending the splendor of the kingdoms of this world. But like the grasses gone tomorrow, though their beauty fades away, their music gently lingers to adorn a new day. No telling who can gain an hour with a doubting, troubled mind, in the face of grace-filled love pouring out for humankind. Strive for the justice of the kingdom in all righteousness. Unto you all will be given, for with love we are blessed. So do not worry about tomorrow, it has troubles of its own. While his eye is on the sparrow, he will lead us safely home. I pray God's promise of the kingdom be a guide through all our days. Love's abundance shall be given as we live in the way. No, do not worry about tomorrow, it has troubles of its own. His eye is on the sparrow as he leads us safely home. I pray God's promise of the kingdom be a guide through all our days. Love's abundance shall be given as we live in the way. Take this yoke I offer, it is freely given. For mine is easy, a light burden. I'm the way, I am love. I'm the way, I am love. For my heart is humble, I am gentleness. Come to me and here your soul will find its rest. I am light, I am love. I am light, I am love. You ask where the birds go in the winter storm, wondering what shelters them and keeps them warm. I am shelter, I am love. I am shelter, I am love. I desire truth in each and every part. I will teach you wisdom in your secret heart. I am joy, I am love. I am joy, I am love. Sow your seed this morning and at eventide. Let not your hands be idle, both just might succeed. I am promise, I am love. I am promise, I am love. Take this life I offer through the living vine. Yours by blood and water, share the bread and wine. I am life, I am love. I am life, I am love. I am life, I am love. I am life, I am love.
As you listen to the final prayer and song, bring your awareness to one special thing, one unique gift, large or small, that only you can contribute to the world. Are you already doing that? Or have you already done that? What is it that won't get done if you don't do it? Whether you have or have not yet done that, consider your next step. Is there something else you need to do? That you need to attend to?
O ingenious one, it is not only creation, but creativity that awes me. It is a wondrous, fearsome thing that you share your power to create. O mysterious one, I shrink from your power, yet I claim it, and it is mine by your genius or madness, this power to speak and have light burst upon a mind or darkness descend upon a heart, this power to make music to which either souls dance or armies march, this power to mold and paint and carve, and so spin out the stars by which I plot my course to heaven or to hell, this power to hear and touch and taste the love and truth by which life itself is birthed and built, or the hate and lies by which it shrivels and dies. O daring one, it is an awesome power you've shared, and I rejoice in the artists who dare to use their gift to create beauty, which casts this world into a more whole and holy dimension, who dare to breathe visions and vibrations into dullness as you breathed life into dust. O gracious one, it is an awesome power you've shared, and I honor your power not only in pianist, poet, and painter, but in those whose encouragement ignites my heart, whose laughter lights up a room, whose touch fills a void, whose integrity inspires my will, whose commitment builds a church, whose demands stretch my soul, and whose love makes my day. And I honor your power in those artists of kitchen and office and shop, of courtroom and classroom and sick room, and those crazy people who somehow know the world is always unfinished, and who happily risk pushing and shoving and tugging and pounding and making love to it until all of us come out in more glorious shape. O ingenious one, it is not only creation, but creativity that awes me. It is a wondrous, fearsome thing that you share your power to create.
I would build a garden deep within this earth, where fertile soil would anchor, sustain the seedling's birth, made from sacred seeds that you sow, rooted in new life which can grow deep within my heart. Grant me wisdom to know the secret of dying in love, just as the seed dies to earth, releasing its promise, fulfilled in new birth. I would build that garden, with you the gardener be, harvest only goodness for all the world to see, made from sacred seeds that you sow, rooted in new life which can grow deep within my heart. Grant me courage to grow, trusting in your love alone, dying to live life anew, tending your garden of love forever for you. I would build that garden, would you the gardener be, harvest only goodness for all the world to see, made from sacred seeds that you sow, rooted in new life which can grow deep within my heart. Grant me courage to grow, trusting in your love alone, dying to live life anew, tending your garden of love forever for you. Blessed are the seeds that you sow, rooted in new life which can grow deep within my heart. Grant me courage to grow, trusting in your love alone, dying to live life anew, tending your garden of love forever for you.
Using your imagination, we're now invited to turn over to God our prayers and concerns for healing that have been entrusted to the scallop shells by visually placing them around the wreath. Let them go. In the same way, we also let go of our thoughts and our concerns that have been entrusted to the cone shells and give them to God for safekeeping. As you return your shell, visualize taking and keeping a sea star as a symbol of light and renewal.
Would you join with me in a spirit of prayer as we bless these shells and the virtual shells that you hold with you? Would you pray with me? God of life, God of love, God of the waters and the gift of its shells, we offer these now to you as our joys and our worries, as our thoughts and concerns held in our silent places. Wash over us now as the tide to these shells, smoothing out our rough places, comforting us with the rhythm of your assurance, filling us with the spirit of true life and a sense of purpose. May your song of hope and healing play on within our hearts today and always. Amen. And I invite you now from home to join with us in praying the Lord's Prayer using whatever version is most familiar to you. Let us pray. Our Creator God, who is in heaven, holy is your name. May your reign of peace come. May your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our sins, as we have forgiven those who have hurt us. Lead us away from temptation, and deliver us from evil. For yours is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
Thank you for the blessings of this life, for the beauty right before my eyes, from the promise held within each seedling's leaves to the magic purple morning skies. These alone are the gifts of your hand. By your grace they are precious and free. Through the wondrous mystery of this life, you have opened my eyes, help me see. Thank you for a song that fills my heart with the presence of a holy light, for the awesome wonder of a child's embrace, reaching out to warm the darkest night. These alone are the gifts of your hand. By your grace they are precious and free. Through the wondrous mystery of this life, there are yet greater gifts yet to see. Thank you for the lessons of this life and the wisdom that the truth reveals. A freedom bought with such a wondrous love. By your sacrifice our hope was sealed. This alone was the gift of your hand. By your grace it is precious and free. Through the wondrous mystery of this life, you have given me hope, set me free. Thank you for the blessings of this life and the promise that your peace will bring. May I live a life that's worthy of your song. To your melody my voice will sing. To your melody my voice will sing.